Hello everyone, so this is just an update on my SoCal Tip Challenge animals. This was one they had just about a month with me. Obviously this is way overdue, but I still wanted to post it anyway to give you an idea of where they were at. And I'll try to post another update soon. Also wanted to announce their names. This is Zola. I don't think I have actually announced her name anywhere. So just a couple of the things we've been working on. Here is her doing a little bit of a backup. Obviously her leading. It could be a little bit softer, but for a Burro, she's doing pretty good at this point. I'm trying to get a little bit of hip control there, that Hindquarter Yield. It's looking pretty decent. Once again, it could be a little bit softer, but for 1 month, I was pretty happy with this. Then getting the same thing in the shoulder, wanting that nice little crossover with a Forequarter Yield. Here we have a little bit of Trotting In-Hand. She's so cute. I just love it when she does that. And then demonstrating a little bit more backing. I wanted to have a nice stop, so I've been doing some of this Trotting in hand and then backing straight afterwards to kind of get her ready for that. Okay, and I was happy with those bigger steps she was taking. Could still use a little bit more work, but once again, she's doing pretty good. Here's a little bit of leading with some draw towards me. I'm hoping to eventually get her doing a little bit of liberty work, actually, so we're working a tiny bit on this here and there. Obviously needs some more work, but it was just the very basics. And then picking up her feet while she ground ties. She's doing really nice with that. Compared to my last Burro, her feet have been so easy. She's been really great about it. And she stands so nice and quiet. I'm really happy with that. Such a good girl. Then we can move on to the next thing. Oops, she got a little worried about the lead rope, but not too bad. This is a better example of her Forequarter Yield. She got a little bit better crossovers and she held that hind foot still much better. And then we walk out of it straight into a trot. So I'm kind of trying to combine different exercises together at this point, just a little bit, to get her used to having more of a fluid pattern versus just doing every individual exercise and then stopping. Because when we're in a show, we're going to have to do more of a pattern where there'll be a little bit of a pause in between, but the things do have to flow. So I'm trying to get her used to that a bit. So asking for a couple of those things, that shoulder control, hip control, backing, the trotting. She did that all really nicely. I'm super happy with her so far. She's a fun little Burro. You can see her leading is really nice, and that stop I was super happy with. This is something that is pretty new to her, but we're working on the backing in hand. So where me backing up next to her is the cue for her to back up. Obviously, I'm having to use a little bit of pressure here, kind of tapping her on the chest with that lead rope at this point. But eventually, I just want to be able to lean back, maybe put my foot back, and she should start backing. That was really good. She's such a good girl. She does learn super fast. I'm really happy with that. So she's been a lot of fun to work with. That was her little update. This is Harlow. I don't know. I think I may have mentioned her name because this video is so late getting out. But she is my filly for the SoCal Tip Challenge. Also wanted to give an idea of a couple little things that we're working on. She's been fun to work with. She's been a little bit difficult. She's super friendly, but she's got some spunk to her. She's actually quieted down so much just since getting some more time to kind of be a horse and be out with the other burros and another horse. She's been doing a lot better. She's really super quiet. She just, she has a lot of baby energy, but she's really confident, which is great. This is her Forequarter Yield. Obviously needs some work kind of sticking that back foot, but she's got that shoulder control nicely. Same thing with her Hindquarter Yield at this point. She could stick it a little better, maybe cross over a little bit better, but it's soft, so she's doing it nicely when I'm not having to use a lot of pressure. Good, and we've been doing some just kind of pausing in between things just to make sure that she can come back down after asking for something and she's not constantly thinking that I'm asking something of her and being in that kind of work mode that she can relax afterwards. So this is our attempt at the leg yield. She got a little bit of pine in there, which isn't ideal, obviously. So we're just asking for the Forequarter Yield, repeated by the hindquarter yield, and eventually we'll get that leg yield nicely. This is her leading and then backing in hand a little bit. Obviously refinement needed, could be straighter, but once again it's soft. I'm not having to use any pressure. She's understanding the cue, so that's the first step. Pretty happy with that. I really haven't spent a whole lot of time with either of them, unfortunately. I'm getting a lot better about that now and devoting more time to them, but things have been kind of hectic, so they weren't quite where I would have liked them to be, but they're still doing pretty decent. Here's her adorable little trot in hand, and then some backing. Really nice. She's got some nice, I almost said forward movement, I guess backward movement to it. And nice and soft. I'm going to bring her out here. See, she kind of wants to move into that back up again, so I just want to kind of pause briefly. Here's a little bit better version of her forequarter yield, but she held her back foot quite a bit better. Same thing here. She better crossovers in the back. She still could have held her front foot. Still better. And then, of course, Cuddles. She's really such a sweetheart. And then her ground tie. I actually think the first time I asked her for the ground tie was in this session, so she's super smart. She picked it up really quickly. And more snuggles. She's such a sweetheart. She's been a lot of fun to work with. She's really cool. And so quiet for a yearling. I mean, she doesn't get out. She has little baby moments, but she's super calm and really lets me do a lot. Okay, so this is her little lunging. I haven't practiced this a ton just because I don't want to put extra stress on her joints, but I want her to have a basic idea of what I'm asking, so she should be able to send off in both directions and then come back down really nicely with that hindquarter yield. That looks really good. Really nice. And then she comes around the hindquarter yield a little bit sticky. She kind of started to respond and got a little worried and went forward. Good, and a nice soft back up. Just because she is so friendly, she tends to kind of creep forward a little bit, so I like to end off those exercises with a back up. So this I just wanted to really soft off the halter pressure too. So I have those body language cues of asking her for forwards and backwards, but I wanted to be able to do it off the halter too. So just kind of almost messing with her a little bit there just to kind of test and see how she responds to that pressure. And then, of course, we've been doing other things. This was her first bath. She was super cute. She did really well. She was a little bit worried about the water touching her butt especially, but she didn't have any big reaction. She thought through it, and I was really happy with her. I think that's about the extent of what she did. She just kind of went, oh, that's cold. And then she was good with it. That was really nice. She's been, like I said, she's super quiet, especially for a yearling. I'm really happy with her. Oh, this moment was my favorite. The water touched her butt, and she looked down like, how dare you? I was laughing at that so hard. But anyway, she's super tolerant and, yeah, just really quiet for a yearling. I'm super happy with her, especially since she has been out with other horses and with little room to run around and be a baby. I've had so much of an easier time training her. She's had a lot of pent-up energy at this stage, which, I mean, you can't blame her. She's a baby, but she's did really well. Her first bath, and learning other things like tying, just being able to kind of stand still. Here was her first time ponying. That did not go quite how we intended. She really was really resistant to it, which surprised me because she was super easy to lead on the ground. But after a couple of sessions, she was doing fantastic. Went on the trail, super light and soft, so she picks up things really fast. Such a good girl. She's so cute, her little trot. I just love it. Such a sweetheart. And then just a fun little video for you of her and her personality playing with a bucket. She's so fun. I just really enjoy her. She's super cute. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will do another update video soon.